Hello everyone, you're welcome to Kharis tutorials on Africa TV. Today I'll be taking us on how to cut this gathered pinafore. It's actually going to have side pockets. Also, it's going to have hook and eye by the side, and it's going to have press button on the shoulder, so I can easily remove it. This is another kind of design, and I'm good like this. So this is what we'll be doing today, and I'll be using 2.5 yards of fabric to do this. We have the half length and the full length of our gathered pinafore. This is what we'll be doing today, so let's move on. Welcome back. The first thing I'm going to cut on our pinafore dress is the gathered part. The full length I'm using is 36 inches. I have the half length 15 inches. The band is 2 inches, that's 17 inches. And the remaining length is 19 inches. So to the gathered length, I'll be adding 2 inches for my folding allowance, that's 21 inches. Now the yards together should be determined by you. I'll be using 3 yards of fabric to form the gathered part of my pinafore. You can actually use 2 yards or 1.5 or 2.5 yards of fabric, depending on how bogus you want it to look like. Now I'm going to measure for the 3 yards. That will be 36, 36, 30, that's 36 in 3 places, and the length of 21 inches. Let's do that. So I have 21 inches. That's the length of 21 inches. I'm going to cut it out. My fabric is folded into 2, so I'm going to divide in the sides so that's the 3 yards. This is the whole of the 3 yards. So fold into 2 and divide the sides so that I have front and back. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the pockets, and the pocket size, the normal pocket size is 14 by 14 inches. So I'm going to measure 13 by 13 inches. So 13 inches, I have 13 inches by 13 inches. I'm reducing the pocket size for this measurement. So I need 2 of this. That's why I folded my fabric into 2 so as to cut it once. Fold into 2. This is my material to be gathered. I'm going to bring the 2 sides together. This is my pocket on it. So first I'll measure down 1.5 inches. Then I'll take the pocket mouth. The pocket mouth normally is 7 inches. So I'm going to reduce for this size. I'll be using 6 inches. The pocket mouth is 6 inches. So I'm going to notch this part and also notch this part. There's the 1.5 and the pocket mouth 6 inches. The pocket for this side and the other one for the other side. Cutting the half length now, I have the length of 15 inches. I'll add 1 inch seam allowance, that will be 16 inches. And the width is 8.5 inches. You can always measure to your desired measurement, but the width I'll be using is 8.5 inches. So I'm going to fold the fabric into two, because on the inside too, I want the same fabric, not lining this time around. On the outside is the fabric, and also on the inside is still the same fabric. So I'll be folding into two. So the measurement I need is 8.5, and I'll add my seam allowance of 1.5 inches to the 8.5. That will give us 10 inches. So I'll cut for the front and also I'll cut for the back. This is 10 inches. I folded my 10 inches and the length of 16 inches. So I'm going to cut this and also cut for the back. So bringing out the neck design, that's the width and the depth. This is front and this is back. You can always have a neck design of your choice anyway. So I'll measure for the width. I'm going to measure 2.5 inches, 2.5 inches, and the front depth. For the front depth, I'll be using 3 inches. 3 inches for the front depth. So the first thing I'm going to do is to notch the 2.5 inches. This is the front. So I'm going to cut first. This is for the front. And the depth for the back, I'm going to measure just 1 inch. 1 inch. So I have the front and the back. Just like this. The next thing we are going to cut is the band. Cutting out the band measurement is 26 inches. I'll be adding 2 inches to it for the hook and eye. So it's going to overlap, the 2 inches is going to overlap on the band measurement for the hook and eye. And the width is 2 inches. I'll be adding 1 inch to it for my folding allowance. So I'll fold my fabric into two. I'll measure 3 inches and the band measurement of 28 inches. That's plus the 2 inches I'm adding to it. So I'll add my sewing allowance to that as well, making 29 inches. 29 inches and 3 inches. So now I have 29 by 3 inches. Alright, so this is what we're going to have. That's the end of our cutting. I'm sure you enjoyed the class. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button and also click on the notification button. in order to get notifications for our new videos. I still remain Simeon Grace. You can follow us on Facebook and on Instagram at Africa TV. Also, you can follow me on Facebook and on Instagram at Kharis Kreations. Don't miss the next class. That's the sewing of our Pinafore dress. Till I see you next class. Bye.